On December 6th at Yankee Stadium, the Grand Street campus Wolves played Erasmus Hall for this year's PSAL football title game. Even though up to that point they had gone a perfect 12-0, the road to the stadium wasn't smooth at all. Matter of fact, there were plenty of potholes along the way. But to win it all, Grand Street campus couldn't play like sheep. They had to play like wolves. And indeed they did. They defeated Erasmus Hall 28-26, giving the school its first PSAL City Conference football championship and making Coach Bruce Eugene the first black head coach to ever win the football title in the city's highest division. Now, Coach Eugene joins me now in the studio. Coach,
how you doing,
from Grambling to Grand Street, huh? I know, it's all great. All right. And along with the senior quarterback and star of the big game, Sharif Legree.
How you doing, Mr. Bell?
Oh, I'm good, Legree. And also welcome now, also linebacker, Randy Lewis. Welcome, Randy.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm great. How you feel after winning this championship?
It's a dream come true.
I know. Coach, I got to get into a few things before we get into all that stuff, all that good stuff. Now, there was an article recently in the Daily News, and the article basically, it was very critical. It talked about the exhibitions, right, and that you were suspended. Also, the gun charges against Ramel Ashby. How did you feel about this article? Because I'm just going to read a little bit from it. The Jets have a long history of picking the wrong coach. The tradition continues. The team last week named Bruce Eugene of Grand Street Campus as High School Coach of the Year as he guided the Wolves of Brooklyn to their first PSAL City Championship. Sounds good? No, actually, it may have been a wisest pick since Eugene was suspended for 2 games early in the season after the team played in an illegal scrimmage against New Jersey team at Rutgers over the summer. Coach, how do you feel about that? And it goes on and on.
Well, the article, it's kind of upsetting, being that the guy, when he called to interview me, he was pretty much giving me a lot of respect and congratulating me on being chosen as the Coach of the Year by the Jets. But when I saw the article, he kind of flipped it into a negative aspect, and it was real upsetting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Also, I also want to talk about the transfer. Knowing that Sharif was transferring from Fort Hamilton to Grand Street, did you anticipate a lot of pushback, maybe from the PSAL, also from the media? Did you anticipate that? So, because you're a smart young man. You can play that country role with me if you want. And you can pick up a blitz, you can pick up a man-to-man, you can know when a man-to-man disguises his own and a man in his own disguises a man-to-man. Did you anticipate any criticism?
Well, since I've been at Grand Street, we've created an environment where, kids like to come. Every kid in our program maintains an 80 above average. We have the nice looking uniforms and, everything else that goes along with it. With Sharif transferring in, it was nothing to do with any of those aspects. It was more of the family, of his family, his mother, and her situation. So when I was told that he was transferring over, I didn't put too much emphasis on it because, again, family's first, and this young man was making a move to support his mom and what she was going through. Once he decided that he was definitely going to play football, as anything with Grand Street, it's always difficult along the way.
And knowing that he may have to sit out 1 year. Also, Sharif, during this episode, especially when the lawyer, John Rodriguez, was battling and took your case to the Supreme Court, something I never heard of in New York State, how did you feel about all that, especially the whirlwind that was around you, publicity, negative, positive, and you didn't know if you were going to play or not?
I mean, going through the process, it was tough, because it was a family emergency, that's why I came to school for a family emergency, but I have a good supporting cast, I have my family around me, so they helped me go through this situation.
And also, how did you guys keep it together as a team?
Well, we just supported him through whatever he was going through. We have trained together, we would play fight together, even though we would be disciplined for it. We really didn't care. There was times we would run just for play fighting, and it was like we're getting better from it, so why not do it?
All right, Ramel Ashby, that case, he has 2 gun charges placed upon him.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. All right. How are you guys dealing with that? Where is he at mentally, and what does his future look like concerning this case?
Well, Ramel's future's bright. He's an outstanding young man. He has an 87 average in school. He's already He's a 970 SAT score, so he's already in the clearinghouse, so he's clear from that standpoint. As for his mindset's always an upbeat, real supportive. He has a great support system with the school administration and, of course, his family. So he's always going to be okay.
Take us through also, you won Coach of the Year. Doug Williams was your coach at Grambling State University. The great Doug Williams was also the first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl, came out of Grambling. You being out of Grambling also became the first black head coach to win the championship division in the PSAL. What did Doug Williams have to say to you after that game?
He joked with me and told me, hey, I know a little something about being the first, so we joked about that. But he pretty much congratulated me and said he was proud of me. This is a big feat that happened, me being the first black. And again, it's getting overlooked by all the negative publicity that, everyone's putting on the Grand Street and everything else. So, my kids, my coaches, and everybody else, they keep reminding me that we did something great, and that's all that matters.
You do something great, and anytime you do something great, you're going to be under attack. You know that.
Yeah.
You went to Grambling, you know that, right? All right. How did you guys deal with that, knowing that, despite you're winning every week, you're also constantly under attack in the media, you're constantly maybe under attack even in your school?
Coach told us to let him handle it. We will handle business on the field, he'll handle the outside stuff. So we will use that as a motive to keep working, to push where we want to go.
All right, let's take us back to, let's go week by week. I want to go through some of the toughest games you faced also during the season. Were there any tough games? You guys laugh because Coach said, well, there weren't any tough ones. Were there some tough games?
There were a lot of tough games, We had a lot of tough situations, The Clinton game, which I couldn't be a part of, Erasmus, we had a lot of tough games, So the PSL is very competitive. It's a competitive league.
The Curtis game. Now, they said that game was questionable. It was a questionable call, Dan. Go ahead, talk about that. Mm-hmm. It could have went either way. It depends on what type of data ref was having, right?
Curtis is, well, first of all, there was bogus calls all game. But Curtis is a very good team. We're not going to take that from him. It's just that call just was controversial for everything.
Tell us about the call.
The call, it was a pass interference call saying that the receiver had pushed off on the DB and went up. The picture shows that he pushed off. It clearly shows that, but it's still going to be judged as a bogus call. So.
Playing Lincoln also, you played Lincoln, I was at that game on the sidelines of that game. That game was really memorable because you lost to Lincoln last year, right?
Yeah.
Coach,
27-0.
Yeah. Go over that one. What did that mean to beat the Rail Splitters at home?
The Lincoln game last year in the 27-0 loss taught us a lot. Especially for me as a coach. Going into that game, the semifinal game last year, I questioned myself on a lot of things. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. We came into the game this year. We kept it real simple, and the kids, they were ready to go. Even in the rain delay, I was trying to get it postponed until maybe Saturday or Sunday. But, Coach O'Connor didn't want to get moved. His athletic director didn't want to get moved. We waited it out, and the kids were ready to play. It's a testament to them, their hard work and everything else. And they came out and they performed. Like, on the grandest stage, if you look at Sharif in our biggest game, Erasmus game twice, the Lincoln game, the Curtis game, the whole playoffs, he performed amazing. With him and the way the rest of the team performed, look, this was just the year of the Wolves, I guess.
Also, as far as the fact that you were named Coach of the Year by the New York Jets, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to the school overall also? And have the administration at your school, have they received you with open arms, so to speak? Is that a working relationship or a work in progress?
Well, administration, it's better. It's better, just like anything. Nothing's ever going to be peaches and cream, but they were there to support, so we were pretty much working on our relationship and everything else. But the kids were welcome with open arms and everything else, and I'm happy for them because they deserve it.
Difference between playing at Fort Hamilton last year and playing at Grand Street. Oh yeah, you're here with me. Talk about that.
I mean, it was a tough process, coming in, Usually Fort Hampton is traditional run game, ever since, watching my brothers and all that. So going into Grand Street, I felt like it was a little college ready, just learning college ready things, positions, X, Y, Z and stuff. So it was college ready.
Did defense never get enough credit? Did they get enough credit? Never, huh?
Never gets the credit.
Never. Stepchild, right?
We never get the credit, but it's up to us to defeat teams. Like morality, we were supposed to shut down teams, just to shut down all morality, all type of momentum, everything. So when we do that, we just win games, and that's what we did.
Coach, you got the Boomer game this year, huh? Next year coming up, so the face of the Boomer game has changed a little bit. That game is in June, the All-Star week, right?
Yes, sir.
You'll be also the first black head coach for New York City.
I'm looking forward to
So
it.
you're just making history all over the place.
Trying to.
How you feel about that? Also being part of it.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Do you anticipate any pushback?
I'm anticipating it because, again, everything that's been going on. But, just like anything, you work through it and we move on. I can't wait because, again, this time I get to control everything. Last year I was the running backs coach, and, it's a lot of things differently that as a head coach I would have did in the game, as far as, throwing the ball more and everything else. I can tell you this year it's going to be in the air. So you don't want to miss it.
I won't. College, what's the next step?
Well, I'm getting several looks. I have a scholarship to Delaware State University, and I have other recruitments from Penn State, Rutgers.
What about you?
Well, I'm still waiting, being patient, but I have a lot of looks from Penn State, UConn, Stony Brook.
I heard also Grambling, I heard.
Yeah.
And Morgan State is nowhere in the calling. How can you do this, man? It's not too far. I want to hear that from you. How can you do this? Huh?
I mean,
what? Forget it. Anyway, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
I want to congratulate you guys, right, on winning the championship, and proud of what you guys have done and achieved despite the adversity. Right? So, may the church say amen. Amen. We're going to say peace. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. Happy New Year, everybody. Right.